I'm Ashley.
And I'm Brooke.
And you're here with us on Teachers Who Talk Crime
podcast.
Well,
I'm back at school.
Dang.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
I'm in the final countdown. Not final countdown, but this is my last.
Final countdown.
This is my last shebang shaboom, the month of August. I calculated it, and I am only in the state of Delaware for 12 days this month. Not including
That's
the last week
impressive.
where I'll be in PD for work. But 12 days.
That's impressive.
It's a lot. I feel I'm a little anxious. I'm not going to lie. I'm a little anxious because they're like back to back. Like I got a lot.
That's very impressive.
Yeah. You call it impressive. I call it insanity. It's fine. I don't know what I was thinking, but it's going to happen and we're going to make do.
You were bus, club, another club, bus, plane, no sleep, club.
Literally, no sleep. When I come back from DR, I leave for Florida the next day.
Are you going to see Stephanie?
Yes.
Ah.
Yes. I will see Stephanie this weekend for the Missy Elliott concert. Then I will come back to Delaware. I'm going to get my hair done in the wee early mornings of Sunday. Then get my children. In DR, the day after we get back from DR, I'm in Florida for 4 or 5 days? 4? I think 4. 4 nights, 5 days. And then literally the next day is teacher orientation.
Yeah, and then it's over.
Yeah, I think I might cry. I think this is probably the funnest / most stressful summer I've ever had as a teacher.
Well, you can call me because I will probably be crying too, but for other reasons. But I'll probably be crying.
Yeah, and he'll probably be crying too.
And he'll be crying.
And we'll just cry together.
We'll just cry together.
It's fine.
We will. We will. We will cry together.
We'll just cry together. Because yikes.
On tykes on bikes.
On all the tykes and all the bikes. Because wow.
Yep.
And then just thinking about like teacher clothes, like having to put on like actual clothes is giving me anxiety. Because I've been wearing these Lulu leggings all summer long.
I can't relate because I would give anything to wear the clothes in my closet.
I don't want to. I don't really feel like being professional,
Human?
Like, I just wish I can go. Like, what's wrong? I got a sweatshirt on. I got some leggings on. I'm comfortable.
And guess what? And your content is delivered in the same way it would be if you had on a skirt and a shirt.
Sure would.
Just saying.
Sure would.
Just saying. Yep. About to be on that Ozempic life. Y'all can't catch me out here. I'm going to be blowing away. There I went.
Miss Ma'am.
There I went.
Miss Ma'am, you get to an Ozempic.
I let this weight not come off. Try me. And I do not care who judges me.
Look, here's the thing. I'm not judging because I'm about 10 more pounds before I'm getting...
You try the other brand, I'll try Ozempic, and we'll compare.
I was just telling someone the other day, like, I'm sick and tired of working so hard. And then when I like give up for a little bit, like all my work of it goes away.
Yep.
Give me a break, bro. I can't do this no more. I either need to be on Ozempic or I need to go to Colombia and just get my body done.
Yeah.
Because I'm about done. I'm about done. Ain't no more kids coming at me. Ain't no more kids coming at me. Skylar and Aria, they're enough. We locked in. That's it. Me and my dos amigos. That's it. So I just feel like, come on. Anyone got a discount A teacher discount.
Yep.
Hook a sister up.
Nice.
Mommy makeover.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me know. I would love the info.
Yeah. I'm going to give it 6 months.
Okay, that's a good amount of time.
It is. And I say that because, too, I'm either going to, like, pump or breastfeed. I'm going to try. I'm going to try to make milk.
And either way, pumping or breastfeeding, that helps you lose a lot of it. So
I've heard that. I've heard that. 6 months, we'll see.
Okay.
And then we might be on that life. And that's fine.
On that line.
We might be.
So you're going to be on that for the rest of your life?
No, but I qualify because I already have insulin resistance. So like, and I have PCOS, and you qualify with PCOS. So yeah.
Look at that. I just wondered if like it was like Herbalife. Like when I stopped taking it, like I just blow up like a piñata.
No. I mean, they say like a lot of people stay on it because they feel so good because it regulates your hormones and your insulin and your estrogen and your testosterone. Like, and then it's like people that have had messed up hormones for so long in their life, they finally feel normal and they're like,
dang, what if that's me?
This is what this feel like?
What's that? What if that's me?
Yeah, it could be. And you're like, this is what people are supposed to feel like every day.
All right. Like, wow.
Wouldn't that be something?
That would be really great.
Yeah.
Because I'll be getting a sprinkle of those days.
You're like, this is nice.
Wow.
This is nice.
I want to stay here forever.
Yep.
Oh, man. All right. Well, I guess we're going to get into our Estudiante Estrella. Wow. My email just closed. Disrespectful. All right. Our review today is coming from Miss Brittany Lucas.
Hey, Miss Brittany Lucas.
Miss Brittany Lucas. She sent us an email. She also complimented me on my tattoo and asked for where I got my Etsy shop for the tattoo. So I sent it over to her, and she also attached a review. So I'm going to read it.
Aww.
Yeah. So her review reads 5 stars. I drive 45 minutes one way to and from work, and you ladies make me actually look forward to the long drive. I love listening to the lessons and the banter between you. It makes me feel like I'm sitting around with my friends. I look forward to learning about all the lessons in the future.
Yeah.
Oh, Brittany Lucas. Thanks, girl.
Yeah. You do have a good tattoo, though.
Thanks. I love her so much. And
You did.
I'm trying to get my second one before the end of the year.
Okay. Is that on your bingo board?
Yes. My second tattoo is on my bingo board. I decided I'm going to get on my shoulder over here. And it's going to be my Bluey inspired tattoo for the twins and I, because we love Bluey. So it's going to be the mom dog in the middle and the 2 and Bluey and Bingo on the side. And they're walking away in the distance. So it's their backs. It's going to be on my back. Right there on my shoulder. Yeah, it's so cute.
I like that.
It's so cute. So
that's
I'm very
creative.
Thank you. But anyway, back to Brittany Lucas. Brittany Lucas, thank you so much for your review. This gold star's for you.
Yes. And yes, I am recording in my pajamas because I can. And these are my 4th of July pajamas. So
that reminds me of that sound on TikTok. It's the 4th of July. I'm going to pop them firecrackers. Don't pop them on me, though.
Or the Legally Blonde. It's like, you make me, you look like the 4th of July. You make me want a hot dog real bad.
You make me want a hot dog real bad.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I feel like I don't record in my pajamas because I don't really have pajamas.
Like I've just gotten into it.
I mean,
the sets. I've just gotten into it.
I'm like a t-shirt sometimes, a random short.
Too. Yeah.
But mainly t-shirts, muumuus.
Ooh, I like a good muumuu.
I love a muumuu. People be clowning me. They be like, Ashley, you're 34. I don't care.
I don't care. I don't care.
Me and my muumuu, Locked in.
I'm into the, and I'm going to say silk, but y'all know I'm on a teacher budget, so it's not really silk. It's whatever that fake silk is.
Okay. It's
You know
filk.
what I'm talking about? Yeah.
Fake silk, filk.
I'm into those. I'm into those because being pregnant, I've been like extra hot. And like the silk makes me like, this is cotton. So this is going to make me really hot tonight. Whereas the silk has been like cooling.
I feel like the silk, I would just be sliding around. Like
in the bed.
Like wake up on the floor like, how did I get here?
Damn, the silk pajama did it again. Yeah.
Oh.
That would be a good one.
Right? I just, everywhere.
It's just like them on my skin. They
I
feel
mean,
so good.
cool. I feel like I would until I ended up on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well.
Oh my my word.
Okay. Well, we'll get into it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna change the wording a little bit.
Okay.
Because today is not a murder.
What is it?
Sit down, shut up. The wild goose chase is about to begin.
Did that sound like a goose?
All right, buckle in, ladies and gents, because this is wild. And when I say wild, I mean it. Just when you think you know what's going to happen, you are whipped around, turned upside down, and shaken to your core. Colton Harris-Moore is about to take us on a chase of a lifetime. And I'm still quite confused how Lifetime, the network, hasn't made this into a movie.
Okay.
But let's get into it, shall we?
All right.
Colton Harris-Moore was born on March 22nd, 1991. So he is currently around my age. And he is known for being one of America's most famous teen fugitives. Upon his arrest, he had a total of 67 felony charges.
How old?
He had all of these charges before the age of 18.
He a professional criminal.
67 felony charges.
Did he go to jail?
Yeah, he went to jail.
And he got out?
We'll see.
Okay.
Now, you're probably wondering, oh my gosh, how many people were actually injured in all of this to get 67 felony charges? Like, that's got to be a lot of bodies stacked up, or a lot of injuries, or a lot of fatalities, anything like that.
Something.
And you might be shocked to know that not a single person was harmed in Colton's rampage.
It was the geese.
But the geese.
It was the geese.
No animal either.
So did he
no animal or person.
So did he injure himself? No, because he's the person.
Yeah, he's the person.
What's happening? His imaginary friends? I don't know.
But let's get back to where it all began in Mount Vernon, Washington State, where Colton lived with his mother, Pamela, in a house on Kimono Island, who was a heavy drinker and often neglected Colton. And I mean, okay, I'm just going to state for the record, this is as white trash can get. Okay. This is a white trash story. And let me just start by telling you how white trash this is. Colton actually got his name because when his mother was
a Colt 45?
Yes.
Damn.
A Colt 45. When she was pregnant, she was drinking Colt 45s. He had this part is not funny. He was born with fetal alcohol syndrome. But he did get his name because his mom looked at the Colt 45 can and was like, I think I'll name him Colton.
That is really despicable.
It is.
Because never did I look at a can of High Noon and be like, that's my baby name.
I will name my baby High. And then her name will be Moon.
Be like, Hammer.
I cannot.
What?
But, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do better.
But I'm telling you.
Do better.
Pamela did a lot wrong. Not only did you name your child after Colt 45.
Right.
But You just did a lot wrong.
At least name him after something good, like Dogfish, Stella. Well, that's a girl name.
Yeah.
There's plenty of other good ones. Bud Light.
You could even do Bud Light.
Coors.
That'd be a good one. Yeah.
Colt 45.
Yeah. Yeah. So, again, Pamela's not winning any Mother of the Year awards. Again, this is the life they're leaving. This is the life Colton was born into, okay?
Okay, Colton.
So, the parent-son duo lived in a trailer park, which was very, 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 very run down and not in the best living situation. Neighbors even took notice and said they would make multiple calls to CPS under suspicions of neglect or abuse. One CPS worker even documented quotes that Colton made, such as, he wished his mom would stop drinking beer and go buy more food for them. If that is not painting a picture for you, I don't know what is.
That's crazy. She could have went to Aldi.
Yeah. She could have.
Prices is cheap there.
So when his dad was around, again, just setting the tone of how he was raised and how white trash this actually is.
Yeah.
But his dad lived in this same trailer before his dad abandoned it. We're going to get into the dad in just a second. But the reason that his dad left is because he said the
drank
trailer
all the Colt 45s.
No.
Oh.
It's because his dad said the trailer was too far away from a beer store.
So Colt 45 was involved.
Yeah.
And not the son. The actual beer.
Yeah, it's too far away.
Priorities,
people, priorities.
You couldn't take a couple extra steps to be in your son's life? Seemed like 45 needed it. Since he's on a goose chase with his 67 convictions. Felonies.
Yep. And you worried about your beer. Yeah. So. Now, like I said, his mom was an alcoholic and she loved her beer more than anything. His father, Gordon, was actually an active drug user and alcoholic who was in prison for most of Colton's childhood.
Dang, Gordon.
But, I know. But at 12 years old, he showed back up at the house, got into a fight with Colton. Allegedly, he choked him, according to sources. And Colton called the cops, to which his mother then became angry about and took the father's side. Now, ultimately, Gordon went into the woods and was never heard from again because he got arrested and was sent back to jail.
Oh.
Wild. So they were at a family barbecue. Gordon shows up. Gordon's like, I'm going to choke my son. Colton was like, heck no, you're not. I'm calling the cops. His mom got mad at him for calling the cops on his dad after his dad choked him.
Shameful.
Yep. Dad fled into the woods and they never saw him again.
Dang.
Yeah.
What a family reunion.
I mean.
That's crazy.
One way to ruin some good mashed potatoes.
100%. Because you know the barbecue was slapping.
I know. They had some Colt 45s there, I heard.
If they didn't, it wouldn't be a party.
Now, Pamela did marry another man when Colton was very young while Gordon was in jail the first time. But this man died when Colton was only 7 years old. So let's add to the trauma there.
Wow.
And it was around this time that Pamela also said she started noticing that Colton was rather unusual, stating, quote, something was off about him. It was also around this same time in the first grade when his school behavior was taking a turn, but not shocking. Look at all he'd already endured as a kid. His teacher said he would not listen, started altercations in school, and would deliberately break things for attention. Now, I would like to state that yes, Pamela drank while pregnant, okay? So leading to fetal alcohol syndrome. But it is very, very, very important to note that Colton was actually very smart. Like survivalist smart.
Oh.
He shockingly had an IQ in the 130s range, which is above the average human. And given everything he went through and the environment he grew up with, this kind of says a lot.
Yeah.
So.
Wow.
And we're going to get into how smart he actually is. But I wanted to point out that even though Pamela did all the things, she was a crappy mom, environment sucked, all these things, he was very intelligent in that in a lot of ways. It was also a few school years later that his peers started to take notice of his social economic status, aka he was the poor kid. So they began picking on him. I believe this was around when he was 10 years old, roughly about the 5th grade when the taunting started. They would make fun of his clothes, house, or lack thereof, and his poor sense of style, calling him poor, white trash, etc. Now, Colton would try to defend himself. He said that he would try to explain to the kids that they were only poor because his mom drank all of their money away. But the kids didn't care, and Colton would never make a dent in their taunting. However, this is also around the time that Colton met a kid. Okay, let's again set the stage for how white trash this story is. Colton met a kid named Harley. Specifically, the kid's name was
Harley Davidson.
Can't make it up.
This is a shame. This is a real shame.
I can't make it up.
You got Colt 45. You got Harley Davidson. Next, we're going to have Betsy Johnson.
I cannot make it up. When I read that, I was like, did I just read that right? Yeah.
These people are not original at all. Not original.
So, again, this is when Colton met a kid named Harley. Yes, his name was Harley Davidson. It just keeps getting better and better. But Harley actually was, I wouldn't say he was a good kid. He really wasn't a good kid. He had spent some time in juvie. When he came back, he defended Colton in school, telling other kids to leave Colton alone. He stood up for Colton. He was like, look, yeah, he's poor, but we're not going to make fun of him. This made the two of them have a connection when they both realized that they both had troubled home lives and they lived in or about the same area of trailer parks. So Harley was also a trailer park kid. But Harley was showered and groomed and well-dressed and had the latest brands. And Colton became really curious about this because I know where you live. You live in the trailer park too. You just got out of juvie. How do you have these nice things?
Yeah, but you also have to think Colton's mom is throwing away all her stuff to alcohol. Maybe Harley's people maybe not throwing their stuff away. Maybe
that's true.
Maybe they're being a little bit financially responsible.
That would be great for this story, Ashley. However,
okay,
that's
so
not
I'm wrong. Okay,
you're wrong. Yeah.
Okay, wonderful.
Yeah, Colton became curious too, and that is when Harley told Colton that he stole all these things. Yeah,
from the store.
Yeah, and Harley would become Colton's mentor.
His mentor?
Yeah, so Harley was a little kleptomaniac, and Colton was intrigued. And Colton was like, dang, I like that idea. Let me start stealing what I want. And that's where our wild goose chase begins.
Okay. All right. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
It just, Harley and Colt 45. Two zigzag. Maybe that's all you need.
Bonnie and Clyde, Colt and Harley. Bonnie and Clyde.
Woo. Yeah. Okay. Now, before the stealing of tangible items, it is important to know one thing about Colton. Colton was no stranger to breaking into rich people's vacation homes and staying the night, showering, and eating their food.
Okay.
Now, before you're like, that's still wrong. Yes, it is wrong.
Yeah.
However, he never once vandalized a single property he broke into or damaged anything in the home. And the only thing he ever took was their food. He was surviving. He's a kid.
Yeah.
He lives in a rundown trailer, single wide, with his drunk mom who's abusive. He wants a shower. Yeah. He wants ice cream. He never harmed any of these houses. He never broke anything. He never took anything. He just liked sleeping in a warm house.
Yeah, who doesn't?
He liked eating ice cream. Yeah, the police said he loved getting people's ice cream. And he would use their blankets and stuff.
Okay.
Now, blankets are the only thing, before meeting Harley, blankets are the only thing that he would actually steal. And I say steal because that is technically what it was. But he would steal the blankets and he would take them into the woods where he would stay for extensive amount of time. So he also lived do you remember that character off the Wild Thornberries?
Donnie.
I imagine Colton was a lot like Donnie because when he wasn't sleeping the night in like vacation homes, he was like staying in the woods. Like he was like living in the woods.
But they like took Donnie and like, loved him. Even though he was...
Yeah, they did. They did, but he was still swinging from trees and like
he
going
was
out in the
still
woods.
barbaric.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, he's just sleeping in the woods during the winter time.
Camping out, building fires. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
He was a survivalist.
Yeah. He could be on Naked and Afraid.
Yeah, he could. Oh, yeah. Easily. Oh, yeah. So prior to meeting Harley, yes, Colton was doing something that is illegal. I'm not advertising for what he was doing.
Yeah.
But with my teacher heart, knowing Colton's background, he did it out of survival. So take that with what you will. So after meeting and befriending Harley, Colton began upping his game when it came to those vacation homes. Keep in mind, this area in which Colton lives in is an island, and many people would buy second homes here and only visit during peak seasons. So there's a lot of rich people. This is right at the border of Canada and Washington.
So
the Canadian border.
He lived on this island that was for rich people, but he was in a poor part of town?
It's kind of like Outer Banks.
I never watched that show.
Okay, so like there was a part of the island that had a lot of rich people, and then there was like a part of the island that was for poor people.
Part of it was the ghetto.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So yes, Colton did only start by staying in homes for shelter and stealing their food, but over time, Colton would also start to steal credit cards that he found in those homes. And he would order survival items off of the internet to the home and collect the packages when they arrived.
Dang, he would just be waiting.
Like waiting for the Amazon truck.
Like right behind the shrubs, like, I'll take that. Thank you.
Right, exactly. At one point, he had ordered bear mace and a pair of $6,500 night vision goggles.
Now, was this area privy to bears? Because we had bear spray.
I don't know. We did have bear spray. We had a lot of it. We sure did.
Go away, bear.
Yep. Yep. So meeting Harley didn't really do him any good because he did start stealing the tangible items out of these homes, whereas before he wasn't doing that. He also began stealing from stores, getting clothes, bags, electronics, etc.
What bags you need, sir?
Backpacks, survival backpacks.
Oh yeah. How many backpacks you need, sir?
Well, you'll see how much he traveled in a second. Yeah. So he was caught for the first time at 12 years old by police. And by the time he was 13 years old, he had 3 more convictions for stolen property. It was around this time they had Colton evaluated and they diagnosed him with depression, ADD, and intermittent explosive disorder. Don't know what that is, but it sounds pretty crazy.
Intermittent explosive. It kind of sounds like
diarrhea.
Not diarrhea. What's the one? ODD.
Occupational defiant disorder.
Yeah, I feel like it may be similar. Again, I don't know if I'm saying it wrong. Again, I don't know. So I'm just saying that hearing the name, it kind of sounds like it could be something around those things.
Yeah, I agree. Now, he is a minor. He's 13 at this time, and each one of these convictions only brought about 10 days worth of nights at the local detention center, or either they slapped him on the wrist and gave him community service. Okay. However, Colton one day decides not to attend a mandatory court date. Therefore, the police go looking for him. Okay. The police and a 13-year-old boy. Okay. The police and a 13-year-old boy. Colton, who is a smart kid, learns that the police are now looking for him, and he takes off into the woods where he hides from the police for 6 months.
No, he don't.
6 months.
No, he don't.
Yes, he does.
Nobody is that clever, Colton. Nobody is that clever. You. I don't know what backpacks, what night vision goggles, what camouflage you got. 6 months, my guy?
6 months.
And you're evading. Let me take some notes.
Yeah, I know.
In case I want to run away.
6 months. 6 months.
That's
this
wild.
boy is in the woods, peeking around trees with his night vision goggles.
He sure is. He sure is.
Like,
and his camouflage, like, can't see me on a tree. Walk right past me.
Yeah. With his bear mace.
He'll just.
Like, this story is so wild.
Nah, this is
it's
bizarre.
so wild.
Nah, this is out of pocket.
Y'all, this is not a creepypasta either. I just want y'all to know that. This is not
real?
a creepypasta. It is real.
Nah, because it was very much giving unreal.
No, it's real. It is so real.
So Core 45 is real.
He is.
I was waiting to the end where you'd be like, that was crazy, guys. But it's a creepypasta. This is real life.
Real. Bible. Hand on it.
That's crazy because what is happening?
Okay, let's keep going because it gets even better. Telling you. He survived those 6 months by stealing food from homes, sleeping out in the woods, but after those 6 months, all good things must come to an end. The police found him in an abandoned home when he accidentally left a light on in the home in 2007, which he then goes on to an interview with the police and he goes, dang, that was Harley's number one rule, not to leave lights on. So Harley had basically given him this whole list of do's and the cheat sheet of like robbing houses. And that was one of Harley's first rules. He broke the rule. Police showed up to the light in the home. This was in 2007. And when they arrived, he had some stolen electronics on him along with some other things. And the police at this point are so fed up with this kid. Like, this kid has eluded us for 6 months.
That's wild.
Like, we're over you. Like, we literally hate you. You make us look like an idiot.
We hate you.
We hate you. So they decide to lay the hammer down on him and they convict him and they sentence him to 3 years at a juvenile facility, Green Hill School in Chehalis. I'm going to go with Chehalis.
Sounds great to me.
Okay. So he gets 3 years. At Green Hill, Colton becomes a model student and he used his time to read books. But not just any books, he loved to read books about airplanes. Now, he was eventually transferred to a halfway house, Griffin Home Residential Treatment Center in Renton for his awesome behavior at Green Hill. So he got rewarded with good behavior and he got sent to this halfway house for teens.
This is a trick.
Yeah. Now, this is where Colton got a little bored and he decided to escape, and he did. On April 29th of 2008, after only being there for 2 months, he literally walked out of an unlocked window of the facility.
I mean, they should have locked it. That was their fault. Should have locked it.
You can't be mad at Colton for seeing an opportunity and taking it.
He's an opportunist.
He is. He really is.
That's crazy.
Oh, gosh. Okay, so this is around 2008, and this is where his escapades really pick up, so buckle in. Colton walked out of the juvenile facility in April of 2008 and eluded police. Okay, here are the dates here. He walked out of the facility in April of 2008.
Oh, child, she about to say 2024.
He eluded police until July 11th of 2010 as a teenager.
I feel like he needs to give a TED Talk.
I'm telling you.
Because
I would be taking some notes.
I would be like, so you said...
You did what? And the window
how
was
much
what
were
color?
those night vision goggles? Get the expensive kind. Yeah? Okay. Don't have a tent, just steal the blankets.
Make sure residents are away at their normal home.
Turn lights off.
Yeah.
Exclamation point, exclamation point.
Harley.
Noted.
Yeah.
Wow.
So 2008 to 2010, what happened during that time? Well, I'm glad you asked. So basically, while living in the woods and breaking into homes, Colton decided to keep up his old tricks, but he decided to add in some new ones to the mix. In July of 2008, So he escaped in April of 2008. Now we're in July of 2008. Police got a tip about a black Mercedes driving over 100 miles per hour, and they went into pursuit.
Colton.
As the police were able to close in on Colton, he jumped out of the car, crashing it into a tree. He then fled into the woods. But what is so crazy is they could not find him.
See?
What they did find was a digital camera in the car of pictures on it of Colton selfieing in the woods with a Mercedes stolen shirt logo from the dealership.
He stole that car from the dealership?
And the shirts.
This man is nuts. I mean, this child is nuts.
I know.
Is absolutely nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
He took a selfie laying down in the woods.
He was like,
on his little sleep. Yep. On his little sleeping bag. And he is wearing a Mercedes emblemed collared shirt that the dealer, like the salesmen wear.
Yo. He's nuts. He is literally, and he is so damn cocky. He's just like, you know what? Let me just, first of all, if the cops were thinking smart, do not, when you're chasing this man, make sure there's no woods in sight. Because just in the woods, y'all are not going to win. He probably got a tree bungalow up there. Probably
it's his territory.
Swinging up there. Just a part of nature.
Like George the Jungle.
Like Tarzan up in this joint.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Watching y'all from up in the tree.
He really jumped out the Mercedes, ran into the woods, and had the nerve to leave them a little evidence like, hey, y'all, I like this shirt.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That boy's got some balls. He's got some cojones. Okay?
Oh, okay. Ready for what he takes next?
A tank.
Then, in 2009, Colton decided to steal a Cessna 182.
What's that?
Which is an airplane.
Because he was reading up on them.
Are you
sure this is not a creepypasta?
I swear to God, it's not. I swear to God, it's not a creepypasta.
If you come at the end and say, haha, tricked you, creepypasta, I'm going to come for you.
Nope.
I'm coming.
I'm not. I'm not. This plane belonged to like some radio host. I didn't know who he was, so it really wasn't worth mentioning, but the plane was worth $150,000. Now, Colton, before taking the plane, Colton had found a speedboat and ended up on the Orcas Island, where he then camped out and watched the going and comings of this airstrip. Then right before sunrise one day, Colton went to the plane, and wouldn't you know it, the keys were just sitting in the plane. He then took the plane.
They bought that.
They took the plane. What's crazy, okay, I will say, in one of his interviews, they asked him, they're like, how did you take all this? And he literally was like, you would not believe how many people leave keys in things.
That's crazy. I never leave my keys
just
in anything there. But my house.
Isn't that wild, though?
That's insane.
So Colton took the plane. Now, Colton was able to fly the plane, which shows his intelligence because, keep in mind, he had read all of those manuals and all of those books about flying planes. So he knew the basics. He had taught himself how to fly a plane.
Without a plane?
Yes. He said he played one video game in like the rich people's houses, like of a flight simulation.
One?
Uh-huh. I'm telling you, it just speaks to his intelligence. So he was able to fly the plane, but what he wasn't so solid on was the landings and how to kind of gauge gas mileage. Because when the plane ran out of gas after flying for about 300 miles, the plane was then crashed into the Yakima Indian Reservation. Colton again walked away unharmed. I'm telling you.
How?
Well,
you literally crashed a plane.
Okay, but he crashed the Mercedes into the tree and jumped out.
He's like a cat. He's got 9 lives, and he's already used 2 of them.
Yeah.
Chew.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now, this would not be the first and last plane Colton would steal. In the end, it was reported that he actually ended up stealing about 6 planes for joyrides.
For joyrides?
Yeah. Yeah.
For joyrides?
I'm
not stealing no plane for a joyride.
I'm not either.
Maybe
Not
like
either.
a Maserati,
Yeah.
a Ferrari, a Mercedes truck, a Range Rover.
But not a plane.
Nope. I wouldn't even know what to do. Even though I hear that, flying is just
they kind of fly themselves.
You know, they really just are there to support, like if anything is to go wrong. But the planes, from what I hear, really fly themselves. Well, it's kind of crazy because
it is crazy. Yeah.
Because then you saw that movie with Denzel Washington when he was drunk on the plane. So now every time I get on the plane, I'll be like,
can I do a breathalyzer, sir?
You got cocaine in your system?
So, yeah, basically, he took this plane for a joyride, wanted to see if he could do it. He could do it. So at the end of all of this, which we'll talk about another plane in a minute, but at the end of all of this, because I couldn't go through everything he stole, he did end up stealing about 6 planes. Now, the morning of June 19th, 2009, so we're still in 2009, a police officer, rushed into the police station claiming that he had information on Colton. And the chief was super thrilled because they were actually in a meeting when this happened about Colton. Like, he has been eluding police for now a year, right? And this police officer rushed in. He's like, I know where Colton. I got information. The chief was like, that's great. Where is he? And this quickly changed when the officer told him, yeah, well, I have information because I left my keys in my cop car, and Colton broke into my cop car and stole my cell phone, my rifle, and my box of ammunition. Yep. And the chief was like, yeah, you're not getting a promotion. Go sit down.
I would have fired him on the spot.
Yeah.
This man is out here stealing planes, stealing cars, and you left your keys in the car. Not any car, your squad
Police
car. And what did you leave in that car? A pew pew and the ammunition for said pew pew.
Yeah.
Is you stupid or is you dumb?
Yeah. So Colton took all that and he continued to elude and taunt the police. He then robbed one grocery store, unarmed, just robbed it, regular robbing, no gun involved.
He took food?
Yes, he took food and he took money.
Oh, okay.
So he robbed one grocery store, and before he left the grocery store, he drew out footprints in chalk of them like walking out of the door, and at the door he wrote C, the letter C, dash, ya, see ya. For the police to find.
So he had all this time. Hey, this is a stick up. Let me get some turkey legs. Let me get some chicken, some potatoes. Let me get that money. You got chalk around here? You do? Well, Al? Okay.
We'll do an art project real quick.
I'm getting out of here right now. Don't come no closer. See ya. What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. I want to talk to him. I feel like he just has knowledge.
Things to say.
Like, yeah.
So this infuriated the Mount Vernon, Washington police who have been chasing this kid forever.
I probably would have retired.
Oh, yeah. Hands down. Hands down. Be like, I quit.
This ain't for me.
Yeah.
I'm going to go be a constable at a school. I don't need this.
Yeah. So this infuriated them, and they decided, okay, let's put our pride down, and we're going to bring in the FBI. So in May of 2010,
the FBI, I'm over. I have no faith in America after this.
Oh gosh. So in May of 2010, the police thought that they had finally caught a break when a handwritten note was found at a veterinarian clinic in Raymond, Washington from Colton, signed by him in his handwriting.
Colt 45.
Yep. And with it was $100. And it read, quote, drove by, had some extra cash. Please use this money to take care of the animals. He left it. And the police thought they could track kind of where he was going and stuff based off surveillance. But he eluded them again.
Because he way in the woods.
Yep. Telling you, this kid.
Mm-mm.
They got another break in June of 2010 when they followed a trail of vehicle thefts spreading as far east as Illinois. He lived in Washington State, at the border of Canada. Okay. This string of thefts went from Idaho, South Dakota, Nebraska, Iowa, and Illinois. Yeah.
This man is nuts.
I'm telling you. This trail led them to another airstrip where Colton had stolen a car, went to the airstrip, found a Cessna 400 single-engine airplane on July 4th, 2010, and took it.
Not on the 4th of July.
Yeah, 4th of July. A little joyride in the Cessna.
He wanted to go see them fireworks up close.
Yeah. Now, I'm not sure where Colton thought he was going.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I do know where he thought he was going. Colton thought he was going to Cuba. Him and his mother had decided that it was time for Colton to leave and flee the country, but they wanted him to flee.
Hold on. So he links up with his mom?
Yes.
So the mom in the plane?
She's not with him.
Oh.
She's not with him.
Okay.
But, he's got the cell phone and stuff. And so mom's like, okay, yeah, this is getting kind of bad. They brought in the FBI. You probably need to leave the country. And they're like, okay, Cuba doesn't have an extradition law. So you would be safe in Cuba for a little while because they can't extradite you back to the US.
Dang.
So Colton takes the Cessna 400 on 4th of July, 2010. And he's like, I'm going to Cuba. Well,
I feel like he would run out of gas.
I don't really know his geographical skills.
Because Cuba
But
is
he ended
far.
up crashing. Yeah. He ended up crashing the plane at the shoreline of Great Abaco Island, a.k.a. the Bahamas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see in the Bahamas.
So he just flew this plane to the Bahamas.
Dang. Okay.
Ran out of gas. Was like, I guess I'll land here.
No, I guess I'll land here.
Now, about this time, police are literally being taken for fools, and an official indictment was released from a federal judge for Colton's arrest. They even put his pictures all on flyers and placed a $10,000 bounty for him. So basically, he became a teen America's Most Wanted.
Wow, which is unheard of.
Which is crazy because he's not even harmed a single person.
Right?
Yeah.
Just for robbing and eluding police. This is really because the police feel dumb.
They do.
Honestly.
They feel stupid.
They feel, and they should, because
you definitely should. You should question
y'all need to get those same night vision goggles that Colton got. Maybe you would have found him by now.
I'm telling you. Mm-hmm. But remember, Colton is now in the Bahamas, and it just so happens that it is the week of one of Bahamas' busiest party weekends.
Carnival?
And Colton is living it up. He was in and out of bars, meeting locals. Now, the locals started to recognize his face from posters, but they didn't think anything of it. They literally didn't care. They were partying.
Dang.
They would be like, hey, you that kid from the posters? And Colton would be like, word, that's me? Cool. And they would keep on partying.
Not y'all.
Yep, that's me. Yeah. Colton lived it up for about a week in the Bahamas before he got bored once again.
Dang.
Yeah. I think that's that ADD part of it.
Yeah,
that
just
kicks
stop
in.
getting bored, man.
Yeah.
Stop it.
And he went into a hotel bar where he basically told the bartender, call the police. I'm that kid on that poster. And the bartender was like, what do you mean? I get that's you on the poster, but why do you want me to call the police? And Colton basically was like, I'm going to put on a show. Now, please call the police. Yeah. So local police, the Bahama police, keep that in mind, were called and tipped off about a speedboat that had just been stolen from a marina close to the hotel bar. And sure enough, it was Colton in the speedboat.
Sure enough, it was Colton.
It was Colton in the speedboat.
I'm just waiting for someone different. It was Harley. Plot twist.
Nope.
This is bizarre.
I know. And Colton outran the police boats in his speedboat.
How?
Now, he wasn't that great at boats the way he was with planes because he didn't anticipate the depth of the water and he ended up actually beaching the boat. Yeah.
He was like, see you later, suckers. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Now, when he exited the boat, he began shooting at the Bahama police.
Oh,
no one was injured whatsoever.
But
no one was injured.
Colton,
I agree.
Colton.
We were doing so good. We were doing good. But he did pop up a few rounds towards the Bahama police. Now, keep in mind, this is the Bahamas. If he had done that in America, he would not be alive.
No.
Like, he would be dead.
They would have said,
They would have been done with you.
Mm-hmm.
But the Bahama police did shoot back, but they didn't shoot at him. They shot at the motor of the boat. And they ended up shooting the engine. Yep. Well, no, so that he couldn't push it off and get back in the water.
Oh, okay. That too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So they shot out the engine of the boat. And that's when Colton was like, damn, okay. And Colton put the gun to his head. The police talked him out of killing himself. It did not take long. Colton never wanted to kill himself. He did it. It was a big show. He never intended on killing himself. And he just dropped the gun and said, okay, I'll go with you. And he went with them on July 11th, 2010. He arrived in the Bahamas on July 4th. He was arrested on July 11th.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Now, when asked what his plan was, he was definitely not without one. He told the Bahama police that he thought he was flying into Cuba. And from there, he would go to Turks and Caicos. But
that's a nice place.
He did not read the GPS and he ended up in the Bahamas. But he had a plan.
I mean, Turks and Caicos is real nice.
Yeah. But he had to stay in Cuba long enough to elude the police even further. So, yeah. So Colton's in the Bahamas jail and he pleaded guilty to illegally entering the Bahamas and illegally landing a plane. That's the only two things the Bahama police charged him with.
Not for shooting at the police or nothing?
No.
Okay.
Nope. Just coming into the country illegally.
All right. What do I know?
Yeah. Yeah. Who knows? He was sentenced in the Bahamas for 3 months in jail, or he could pay a $300 fine, to which he took the fine and his mother wired the money immediately to the embassy of Nassau. Crazy how she has $300 to get her son out of jail, but you never had money for food or clothes.
Maybe he gave her the money. It was like, here in case an emergency. But I'm surprised she didn't go through it because it sounds like Colt 45 is an emergency to her.
Yeah. I agree. So once the fine was paid, he was then deported on that same day on an overnight flight to Miami, Florida. His first hearing in the States was on July 16th, 2010 in South Florida, and the judge said he would then be sent to Washington to face all of his charges.
Wow.
On November 18th of 2010, Colton pleaded not guilty in federal court to charges of interstate transportation of a stolen plane, boat, and gun, and of being a fugitive in possession of a firearm and flying a plane without a license.
So he pleaded not
guilty.
Solid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. He must have a twin.
Yeah. Harley. Weird. Colton was ultimately looking at 20 to 30 years in prison, and the restitution for the planes, cars, homes, and search operations that he was responsible for paying back all added up to $1.4 million.
Lock me up.
I ain't ever got the money.
Just lock me up, man. Yep. We call it even.
Yeah.
We call it even.
Yeah, I know. Now, all that makes sense in court of law, but hold on. Because on June 17th, 2011,
he broke out of jail.
Federal prosecutors recommended that Colton be sentenced to only 6 years in prison due to his psychiatric and bleak childhood. They also agreed in the deal that he was and still is a minor and that no one, not even Colton, was hurt during this little adventure. The judge pondered They had trial. They went back and forth. And on December 16th, 2011, she stated that she did believe Colton was remorseful for his crimes and said that Colton even planned and promised her to spend his time in prison by studying to become a real pilot. Therefore, Colton's final sentence was 6.5 years in prison for his infamous crime spree. He even signed a document stating he agreed that if a movie was ever made about him, he would forego any of the profits made from the production to pay back the restitution. However, this did not stop Colton's greedy ass mom for hiring a lawyer to seek control of the entertainment interest related to her son. She was unable to do so, and Colton did sell his life story to 20th Century Fox for $1.4 million, which was then paid towards his restitution bill.
Wow.
Colton is still forbidden to make a single profit off his story. This includes blogs, social media, books, shirts, video games, etc. If he gives an interview, he is not allowed to be paid. If he goes on TV, he is not allowed to be paid. So in July of 2016, Colton was released on probation to a halfway house near Seattle, and he is doing very well in life. He was working with his lawyer at the time as a minimum consultant for law. He has done several interviews, still talking about wanting to become a real pilot and attend flight school. And his last interview was done in 2019, but shortly afterwards, Colton erased all of his social media and has completely grown off the grid since. And that's this case of Colton Harris. And it was not a creepypasta. I'm telling you. Prime candidate for a TED Talk, though.
Did they make a movie?
Yes, they did. It was not a Lifetime movie. It was on Amazon, and it's called The Barefoot Bandit. And that's what Colton was known for. I didn't put it in here, but like you can Google Barefoot Bandit and that story is about Colton. And it's basically because he was so poor that when he committed these crimes, he never wore shoes. And so then they called him the Barefoot Bandit. What? I was like, yeah, probably couldn't afford shoes.
What a story.
Mm-hmm.
What a story.
A 16-year-old eluded police and the FBI for 2 years.
That's crazy. That is insane. It's the taunting for me, though. The pictures, the little footprints with the see ya.
If I were the FBI, I would hire him. I would hire him. I'd be like, shake your hand. You made us look like an idiot. Now come work for us so that this never happens again.
He probably has really good insight.
Yep.
I mean, wow. He needed to be on Olivia Benson team or something. Like,
ooh,
boom, 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 boom. Like, come on. Because that was insane. I feel like this computer is on its last leg of life. It keeps like flashing a little bit with like a white screen. And like, it like kind of like, yeah.
Oh, fun. Fun stuff.
I better figure this out soon or else there's no more teachers who talk crime because I won't have a computer. Oh, Lord of mercy. Wow.
Yeah.
Thanks for bringing us that fake creepypasta.
True story. Yeah.
That fake but real.
Fake but real.
I
saw your face mid-story and I was like, she thinks this is fake.
100% I did. 100%.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, Colton, Harley.
Nope.
Where's Louis Vuitton in this story?
Yep. Nope. It's real.
I need to look this up now. I'm curious.
You do.
That is real interesting. Wow.
It's crazy.
Wow. And he just off the grid. He could be anywhere. Literally.
Anywhere. I bet he's living in the woods.
I don't know if I'd want him to be my pilot though. If I ever get on a plane, like, hi, I'm Captain.
Be like,
I'm pilot Colton. I would have been like, Colt 45, that's you. You're the one taking me to Miami.
Did you check the gauge? Did you check the gas?
Do you know how to land now?
Because I heard that.
Because I'm not sitting in no emergency exit, but I'm gonna be up out of here first, Colton.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. That was a good one. I enjoyed that thoroughly.
Yeah.
I don't think there's ever been a Teachers Talk Crime episode that I've enjoyed like this.
He's such an interesting character.
Because no one died.
No one got hurt.
Everyone's still alive.
No one got hurt.
Except for Pam's first husband, because he passed away. R.I.P. to his soul. But no one on Colton's accord.
Nope.
See, let everybody take a lesson. If you want to be a criminal, be like Colton.
Be like Colton.
He didn't kill nobody.
Nope.
He just stole some things.
Yeah.
Drew some chalk footprints.
Mm-hmm.
You know, took some pictures on a camera.
Mm-hmm.
Be like Colton.
Yeah. I mean, read your airplane manuals first.
100%. Wouldn't advise you to steal that.
Yeah.
Wouldn't advise it. Maybe just stick to cars, because I'm not sure if
he stole some speedboats.
I can't even steal a boat. I don't want to know what to do, because there's no pedal on a boat. It's just all these levers, ain't it?
Yep.
It's like,
yep.
I would have put that boat on the sand too, child.
Yep. They said that by the end of everything, he had stolen 100 like motorized things, like planes, cars, by 100.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. Imagine he has kids growing up. Be like, Dad, what was your childhood like?
Let me tell you.
Gather round. Gather round, Kawasaki, so I can tell you the words of your father.
Get over here, Miller Lite. Get over here.
Get over here, Stella Rose. Sit on Papa's lap. Oh, man. That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, as always, Belle don't dismiss you.
We do.
So we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.